We're going for 50K, comic fam.
That's right, Tom, with the big milestone giveaway. Make sure that you like this video, that you subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below, because once we hit the 50K, we'll pick a random video where we promoted the giveaway and use a random YouTube comment generator to draw a worldwide winner.
ASM 361, first appearance of Carnage at a 9.6 can be yours. Let's talk about the comics defining this generation of collectors.
That's right, baby, the hottest comics of the week. We're going to start with number 10, which was actually number 3 last week, Amazing Spider-Man 16, the first meeting of Spider-Man and Daredevil.
With the 9.6 that shattered the minds of collectors with the $20,000 sale, an uptick of nearly 80% since the prior sale, we have the trickle-down effect happening in full gear. A 4.0 going for $800 last week is up 9%, now selling for $866. The 7.5, once selling for $1,740 just last year in October, is up 47%, now selling for $2,555.
You know, we got Matt Murdock and Peter Parker in the MCU. We've yet to get Spider-Man and Daredevil.
It's moments like this on the screen that collectors are anxiously awaiting for, which is why they're putting their money into key books like this. At the list at number 9, Uncanny X-Men, issue number 6, the third appearance of the Brotherhood of Evil. However, more importantly, this is the issue where it is confirmed that Namor is indeed a mutant, thus him being the first Marvel mutant in all of comic history.
And I had a fan theory on how they can tie in Namor to introduce the mutants, but it kind of gets shattered when the fact that Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are already in the MCU and already are technically mutants.
What's that theory, Jem? I got to hear a little bit of it.
I don't think you guys are ready for it, man. It has to do with the blip. It has to do with Namor being one of the first to turn into a mutant from the blip. There's a lot involved, but a way to introduce mutants in Black Panther too.
Well, something that may add to your theory being correct, Jem, is that we have word from key collector inside sources stating that Namor will be introduced in Wakanda Forever. Also, X-Men will be hinted at, possibly make some type of appearance in as early as Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
If there wasn't enough hype surrounding Namor, he's already had multiple books spiking. Add this one to the list. Number 9, Uncanny X-Men issue 6 with that Namor vs. X-Men cover.
The 5.0 back in 2020 was going for $475. That's up 56% this week, selling for $740.
The CGC 9.0 sold for $2,880 just last week, and it's up 3%, selling for $2,960.
Marvel's first mutant battling one of Marvel's elite mutant teams. At the list at number 8, the first appearance of Morbius in Amazing Spider-Man issue 101. This book has been creeping up largely because of trailers dropping, and with the movie getting delay after delay, it gives more time for collectors to secure a copy, pushing that price even further up.
That's right, the most recent delay has Morbius debuting in theaters on April 1st. I hope it's not an April Fool's joke. The trailers look really good.
You know, I love me some Jared Leto, Jem, and we have a ungraded copy that sold for the highest amount it has in over a year. Must have been high grade because it sold for $3,155, above what an 8.0 is selling for in this market.
Speaking of 8.0, we have 2 sales. First, we have an 8.0, which sold for $1,996 back in December. We had a sale for $2,085, and then for a 5% uptick, just $2 higher, a sale for $2,087.
And then we got the 9.4, the Living Vampire, selling back in December for $4,500, up 2%, now selling for $4,600. Jem, do you think this book can exceed 5K at a 9.4?
I tell you what, if the movie is as good as it looks and they leave it open-ended to where Morbius can continue to be in movies, sure.
And next at the list at number 7, we have Daredevil 131, the first appearance of Bullseye. He never misses a shot, one of Daredevil's biggest villains, except for when Hulu wants to utilize him as the lead villain in Hitmonkey, and then Marvel says no.
Yeah, man, it makes you think, what other plans do they have for the character? And I just read the Punisher Max by Jason Aaron omnibus, which Bullseye was crazy in that book. Almost as crazy as these sales, because we have 9.0s and 7.5s that both tied their established high records. And then we have a 6.5, which sold for $350 back in December, up 10%, now selling for $385.
We had a 9.2 going for $898. Just past December, up 2%, about to clear 1K, selling for $919. At the list at number 6, we got Sabretooth's first appearance, and it wasn't even in an X-Men book.
And Sabretooth has a new #1 issue that comes out today, if this comes out on Wednesday, which you guys need to check out. Awesome issue. And it was always funny how his first appearance was in Iron Fist 14, such a non-X-Men book, but making gains nonetheless. 26 copies of Iron Fist 14, both graded and ungraded, sold on eBay for over $500 in just January alone.
We also have two 9.6s that sold this past week. The last record was set in June for $2,575. That's up 6%, now selling for $2,725. But wait, there's more. There was a 9.6 dual signed by Stan Lee and Chris Claremont that sold for $9,500, which is more than the 9.8 record sale.
Yeah, almost $7,000 for those two signatures. The 9.8 that you mentioned sold for $6,000 back in December. It's still up 37%, selling for $8,200.
We've been doing this list every single week for the Comic Fam for over a year straight without skipping a beat. If you like what we do, get access to this data prior to us hitting the mic every single 7 days by downloading the best comic app in existence, Key Collector Comics. Utilize code TOM101 to unlock a free 2-week subscription. Get access to the Hot 10, to the Runners Up, to the Trending 20, and so much more. Catalog your comics, get suggested pricing, and support the show. Next at the list, at number 5, we got a Mark Jewelers.
That's right, man. A Mark Jewelers with 3 different grades for number 5 on the list. Amazing Spider-Man 252, the first appearance, tied for the black suit symbiote that would later become Venom.
This cardstock, this 2-page insert, was put in the center of comic books for upwards of 30 years, largely marketed to men and personnel who were in the military, counting for under 5% of the total print run, largely being sold near and around military bases. Finding these books are difficult as is, but finding them in high grade is near impossible, especially when we're talking about a key book like this one.
Yeah, look at this 6.0. No prior record here, but it sold for $207. The 7.5 did sell for $158 back in December. It's up 22%, now selling for $192.
And then we have an 8.0 to discuss. To give the Comic Fam some perspective, you can secure an 8.0 standard direct market copy for upwards of $240, $250. This past week, a Mark Jeweler insert caused a $400 sale. That's nearly a 100% markup.
That 8.0 Mark Jewelers also didn't have a prior record sale, so that $400 is the new bar. Moving on to number 4, back on the list. It's been quite some time. Ultimate Fallout 4, the first appearance of Miles Morales.
Clearly one of the most sought after modern collectibles of our time. And let's remind the community where this book has come from, because in 2021, the book was just hitting above 2K consistently. And how consistent? Well, 18 out of 20 sales that happened in 9.8 of all of 2021 exceeded $2,000. The height of the market has reached $3,840 for a 9.8, and the second highest sale was $3,604.
Which brings us to this week. We have the third highest sale of all time, which is really almost a tiebreaker for the second highest, selling for $3,600. We do have a 9.6 sale that sold for $1,400 this week, which is also a tie from the April 2021 record. And then we have the 1 out of 25 Daredevil variant to report on.
The elusive Daredevil variant, the 1 in 25, the height of the market for that book has hit $7,400. And this week we have the second highest sale happening, selling for $7,200. Comic Fam, at the list at number 3, we have Doctor Strange 169, a major moment in comic books because the title switched from Strange Tales to Doctor Strange, formerly a different title, now leading his own.
Making this the first solo titled Doctor Strange book, a CGC 3.5 sold for $212 back in October. It's up 37%, selling for $290. The 6.5 sold for $511 back in May, and that's up 12%, selling for $570.
Jim, what do you think? Because since we have Doctor Strange on the title, this is a major moment for the character. If members can't get his first appearance, this is the next best thing.
Not only that, it's the better cover. His first appearance cover doesn't even have him on there. It's the main story, not the backup story. So I can see why people are putting some money into this book.
especially when you look at the 8.5 going for $1,050 in October, up 17%, now selling for $1,225. Whether it be the key significance, the cover, or Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness coming so soon, this book be hot, and it's making the list. At the list at number 2, we have Werewolf by Night 33, the second appearance of Moon Knight. That was number 1 on our list last week, with major movement since that 9.2 record-breaking sale.
Man, number 1 last week, number 2 this week. Some people care about the second appearances.
The 9.2 last week broke records, an increase of 18%, selling for $1,522. We have market movement because of the heights this book has just reached.
The CGC 6.0 sold for $260 back in April. That record was broke twice this week. First, with a sale of $325, then for a 54% increase, selling for $400.
As the Moon Knight series draws near, I suspect the second appearance to continue moving forward, as his first appearance largely gets outpriced by most collectors. The 9.0 selling for $665 in just July is up 39%, about to clear the $1,000 marker, selling for $925. If you like what we do, enter to win the 50K milestone giveaway. Comment, like, and subscribe. It'll enter you to win this 361 first appearance of Carnage and 9.6 white pager. And Jem, hit him with the number 1 hottest book in the multiverse.
And if you thought the Moon Knight hype stopped with number 2, we got Moon Knight issue 1, the first solo series, the first appearance of the Bushman, the first appearance of Khonshu, the god that Moon Knight worships.
This is what starts the legendary run that Bill S. would do. This would spark so many Moon Knight keys and interest in the character, and has low-key been on spec radar of comic collectors and dealers for over 10 years. We have a 3.5 that could have been secured just in April of last year for $35, up 114%, now hitting 75, and I suspect that's going to be 100 soon.
Moving up to the high grades, a CGC 9.4 sold for $256 back in December. It's up 29%, now selling for $330.
And now we have 2 different 9.8s to discuss. One from CBCS, one from CGC, but both happening on the same auction. The CBCS 9.8 hit $716. The prior record was set back in November for $1,350, so that's pretty low. But the CGC did not disappoint, an increase of 26%, now selling for $1,700. What do you think about those differences, Jem?
Man, that doesn't make a strong case for the CBCS is selling for the same as CGC argument.
That's right. I have to hear what the community thinks in the comment section below. We appreciate your time today. Moon Knight taking over our list. And as always,
geek responsibly and stay minty fresh.
Enough said. Every single Wednesday you can join myself and Jem Mint on the best new app to buy and sell comic books, funny books, expensive and affordable paper, whatnot, available for both Androids and iPhones. Link in the description. Join us for auctions that start for as little as $1 that lasts as little as 60 seconds long. And we have 2 other videos for you to check out. We made them for you. Enjoy them.
Pop.